Very quick one. Now that they follow you, they talk like this. If Regina Daniels, he open mouth, talk, say, what have you done for me? A whole honorable senator. Now that they ask him like this, say, what have you ever done for me? What will be the hope of a Kada man for a woman day? What will be the hope of a soldier where they sleep for a bush? Bro, you know get where you touch you hustle, make yourself happy. You see this gender bar? Hey, senator, honorable senator. Now that they ask her, what have you done for me? Small gear. They ask a whole senator of a country, they say, what have you done for me? You are where you collect peanuts. Say what, please, woman. You didn't want, bro. Hey God, senator, what have you done for me? Any idea, but just make yourself happy. You see this gender bar, they will turn you off. They hear me. I'm an elder. I no good lie for you.
Senator Ned Nwoko, I won't even call you a senator, Mr. Ned Nwoko. Quick question for you. Very dark man, as they usually call him, just reported that you were planning on arresting your mother-in-law, your estranged wife's mother, and her family for aggravating an emotion that was there to your heart. Because candidly, they didn't mention about your late son, whom you're saying died of heart attack, and they are claiming that he died of drug overdose. Regardless, may his soul rest in peace. That being said, do you think the world will applaud you that you're harassing, intimidating, and using the judicial or the law enforcement apparatus to intimidate this family because you have the wherewithal to do that? You see, you were claiming that the claims they made about your late son was malicious, and every parent will be aggrieved by that. But you went low first, and they met you right in the gutters and in the mud. If you are hurt that the memory of your late son, whom you're saying died of heart attack, could trigger you to want to, arrest and intimidate your mother-in-law. Now you see why your mother-in-law and her children are reacting the way they are reacting, because you castigated and casted aspersions on her kids. First, you called her daughter that was given to you at 16, 17 as a drug addict, and you claimed that her other kids are her supplier. So you see why any mother will want to go to any length, just as you want to go to that same length to protect the memory of your child. You see, at times we dish what we cannot take. This young girl said she doesn't want to marry you anymore. And I don't think there is any law on earth that will want to force her to go back into a relationship to say she's done with. Are you kidding me? Secondly, your wife just alleged that you are using her brother's arrest as a bait to want to force her hand to come back home. And she said, and I quote, "I will go back so that you can inject me and rape me." These are grievous allegations. And it should be a matter of concern for every meaning Nigerian, regardless of how you see Regina and her incident when she thought she, regardless of how you feel about her shenanigans, her petulant attitude of floating and flaunting all the bullshit, it's still not a moral justification for us as a society to watch this young girl, a barely 24, cry for help, asking for the society to rescue her from the hands of a man she's alleging that using her in her relationship. A relationship she contracted when she was barely a teenager. She was barely 16, 17 when a full-grown man decided to start laying with her as a husband. childhood exuberance. I do not blame her or condemn her for that. But that is not enough yardstick for us as a society to want to leave her or condemn her to death. The same thing they said to Sinachi, to go back until that woman died and we all are quick to type RIP. And everybody started posting rest in peace. Are you all going to be happy to post rest in peace for this little girl crying for help? And I have been keen at following her and some of the things her siblings are writing, that she's always been cajoled by the so-called estranged husband, Senator Ned Nwoko, to do some of those things for his reputation. I know if you've never studied about narcissists, you will not know the lengths most of them will go to protect image. For a narcissist, image is everything, and to have any image being soiled or tarnished by any allegations, no, it's not what any narcissist is going to take lightly. That being said, Senator Ned Nwoko, you want to arrest your wife's mother because she's defending her kid. First, you assaulted her daughter allegedly, and the whole world saw the video. Secondly, any brother I say in our culture has the right to defend their sister, since both families or every member of a family are all claiming that this is not the first time you've been assaulting their child. Any brother, any sister will fight for their loved ones. And is that enough reason for you to arrest the brother, moving them using your influence and affluence to detect that? And the Nigerian police is playing along. You first of all condemned them on the internet. When the video of the domestic violence leaked, neither did your estranged wife say a word. She was mute. But less than 24 hours, you posted the video. You posted a statement. In less than 24 hours of the video circulating online that claimed that you were seeing this little girl who is old enough to be your grandchild, you put out a statement. I repeat, no loving husband will condemn their wife, the mother of their kids, to that. It shows you never cared. And I'm just seeing some videos. You said you were under pressure to marry. I'm an Igbo woman. I do not recall any tradition in Igbo land that requires you to marry a child and a virgin. That's diabolical. You took away her innocence. She said she fell in love. Childhood exuberance. She's seen money, she's seen everything, and she was entranced, or she was enchanted. I won't condemn her for that. But what I will condemn is a full-grown man like you intimidating a child. Do you want to flex your muscles? Go face people like Dangote. Go face people like Otedola. They are your pedigree. You guys can duke it out. But for you to want to trample on this poor family because they are fighting for their daughter that you allegedly, is a shameful thing. It's beneath the office you hold and the man you claim to be. Let me also reiterate, as a clinician who lives in a functioning society, you do not have the right to force anybody to go for treatment. First and foremost, you are not legally married to her, because if you're legally married to her, then you're committing bigamy with the multiple wives you have. 2, you did not marry her in church. 3, you contracted this marriage to a child traditionally. So I will call on the traditional rulers of your town to call you to order and to put a leash on you. The notion that she has to return back to Abuja and return to your home and to your hospital of choice sounds very fishy and diabolical. Let me reiterate, any healthcare provider or any clinicians in London, you have practiced the law. In America, where I live, you cannot force nobody to go for treatment. And if this girl is alleging that you inject them and you rape her, there is a problem. And the only means for you to want her to come back is to start arresting her siblings. That is cruel. That is beneath the man and the image you have portrayed. Like Charlie Boy said, you are an ancestor. Act like one. And to the Nigerian police, shame on you. To the Nigerian judicial system, shame on you. To all the women who are clapping, majority of you have this little girl as a daughter, her age mate. Yes, some kids are stubborn like we are. To all the women's organization, the civil society, the human rights and everything, watching this shameful drama go on social media, and without calling this so-called Mr. Ned Nwoko to order, and the senator's wife, the Senate president, well, we've seen how you dealt with Natasha Potas, so we know you people have no respect for women. To you, women are property. Marriage is not a do-or-die affair. This young woman said she's done. And you holding her family members or threatening and intimidating them to arrest them as a means to cajole her to come back is criminal. It's criminal. I repeat, you cannot force nobody to go get treatment. In short, every patient has the right to refuse treatment. So you demanding she comes back to go to the hospital of your choice, Nigerian clinicians and Nigerian society should start ringing the alarm bell. That is fishy. That is fishy. She has the right as an adult, regardless of your marital status to her, to say, no, I do not want treatment. The only time you could wield such power over her is if she's incapacitated. And she can only be incapacitated if the court rules she is that. You cannot force her to go for treatment. Are you freaking kidding me? Mr. Ned, to what end? Aren't you even scared that if this girl comes back to your house, she can easily buy you? Why are you forcing a woman to fall in love when she says she's no longer in love? Make it make sense. Like you said, you have so many legs you can stand on. You have so many wives you can lay. Leave the poor child alone. And to you Nigerians, laughing, clapping, thinking this is some kind of soap opera, shame on you. Anybody can fall a victim. Give this little girl the grace. She was only 17 when she got enchanted to this man old enough to be her grandfather. And that she was throwing all of these things at the behest of this same man to want to pepper you or to want to show an affluence for whatever reason. It's not enough for us to condemn her to her death. She's crying for help. Stop the madness. And to everybody telling her to go and apologize and beg her husband, thunder fire you all. Ogun kill you all. If she was your sister, you will send her back. And that goes to show the kind of society we live in. A sick, immoral, sick society. Domestic violence is real. We've lost so many people to the cruel hands of death because of domestic violence. That this man is wealthy and using his affluence and influence to intimidate this little girl should be a wake-up call for all of you. Enough. All of you should stand down. Enough of the social media posting and talking. Regina Daniels, if for the 6 years you've been married to this man, you don't have connection, then it raises some questions. Take your case to court. So I will beg your family to please stop the whole social media stuff. Then get a PR team to do that for you and follow this in the judicial and right process. Enough of these personal attacks and aspersions. I know the pain. You want to get even for a man who has abused you and your family. You made the choice to marry your grandfather. But you should not because of that. But that being said, enough of the social media drama. Take your case to court. Go to the Senator's Wife Association. Let them plead your case. Marriage is not by force. And I tell you now, I'm your mother's aide mate. Do not return to that house if you don't feel safe. Don't let nobody use children against you. Your children will be fine. So please stop the drama. Go get help. Use the proper channel. Get the authority. Please. I know this is painful. Enough of the whole drama. And I repeat, your mental health is important. So if Rita Daniels, you want to be a mother now, fly to wherever your daughter is and cajole her. Sammy will be fine. You have people watching over him for you and fighting that cause. Go take care of your daughter's mental health. Except you've not gone through domestic violence, you will not know at this vulnerable state, anybody can be. Self-harm is prevalent. Prevent that. take care of your child and get off social media. All of them for that country, now they mad. All of them they sick. And people clapping, I don't care, she deserves what she got. May such fate not before you. I won't curse you all, but all of you are mad. That's why you deserve the kind of leadership.
You guys have heard what Regina Onoha said. I hope that this video gets to Regina Daniels. I hope it gets to her husband, Ned Nwoko. I hope it gets to her mom. And I hope it gets to everyone that needs to see it. The senator's wife and every other people that needs to see this video.